Hello everyone, I am Lydia with Solomon Realtors and thanks for joining me on another video on living and investing in Greece. Today I'd like to talk a bit about maintenance fees, or kinohrista as they are more commonly known here in Greece. For those of you who have already invested in real estate in Greece and you are already renting out your property, or for those of you planning to buy an apartment here, understanding maintenance fees and how they are calculated can definitely be complex. In many cases, not being familiar with all the regulations regarding common costs can cause a lot of distress to international owners, since they might be liable for maintenance work or repairs but have no proper information in their hands. Maintenance fees can be a point of dispute between owners, so it is always good to be up to date with Greece's laws on shared expenses in apartment buildings. Let's dive right in. So what are maintenance fees? Maintenance fees are the costs associated with the maintenance and operation of the shared areas of an apartment building. What expenses are included in maintenance fees? According to government regulations, the main common costs are the following: home heating oil or natural gas, building cleaning, elevator maintenance, electricity for common areas, and water supply. It should be stressed that monthly maintenance fees may include occasional upkeep costs such as painting the building facade or terrace insulation, contributions to the reserve fund for future unforeseen expenses, also known as apothematiko, or insurance for shared areas. In such cases, the maintenance fees will be higher than normal. Who is liable for the payment of maintenance fees? Typically, the tenant of the apartment is responsible for coverage of fixed expenses such as electricity bills and cleaning services, while the landlord is liable for the payment of extraordinary expenses such as building repairs. Deciding who is liable for the corresponding maintenance fees may also be privately agreed upon between the tenant and the landlord, and accordingly parameters should be made in the contract. Now, in case of the tenant covering an expense normally pertaining to the owner, the amount paid is deducted from the next rent payment. If a tenant is to leave the apartment, it is up to them to fulfill their outstanding maintenance fees obligations. However, if the tenant vacates without paying, the landlord is solely responsible for reimbursement. How are maintenance fees calculated and divided across the apartments? The allocation of maintenance fees per apartment is derived from the condominium regulations, also known as horizontal property, a set of bylaws created post-building construction and signed by all owners upon purchase of the units. It is standard for all condominium regulations to include three main expenses categories: common costs pertaining to the cleaning of the building, elevator maintenance and repair costs, and heating expenses and furnace maintenance. As such, maintenance fees are distributed per apartment based on the following apartment attributes: square footage, apartment volume, percentage of the plot, and proportion of shared areas. It is important to note that when it comes to facilities that are not accessible to all tenants, such as a garage, pool, or storage space, the associated costs will be charged to the owners of the apartments that use them. Likewise, common expenses for elevator usage are proportionately higher for apartments on upper floors compared to those on ground floors. Last but not least, who is responsible for issuing the maintenance fees? The current building manager is responsible for issuing monthly maintenance fees. This involves expense and legal receipts collection, cost calculation, correct allocation according to the building's regulations, and distribution to tenants and owners. Alternatively, maintenance fees management can also be handled by companies specializing in maintenance fee services by essentially taking on the role of building manager, overseeing the budget and reserve fund, and resolve disputes. And that is all for today. I hope you found this video helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on our next video on living and investing in Greece. Goodbye.